Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome. We're back to talk about some MechWarrior 5 clans. So, PC Gamer, accidentally, on purpose, but not meaning to cause problems. I don't know, meaning to cause problems, whatever. They released an article that has since been taken down. It's going to be, I guess, the title article here on PC Gamer coming up about MechWarrior 5 clans. It's got a full article for it. If you would like to read the article itself, I believe it's been taken down. You can find it in numerous places, including behind Phil here at NGNG. No Guts, No Galaxy. He's got, you know, he goes through the whole article here. So if you would like to read it, you can. Oh, hold on. It would help if I showed it to you. The other issue now is there's a cat. And she has knocked the monitor in the way. I had all this more or less out of the way, but maybe she didn't knock it out of the way. Maybe it was always in the way. I don't know. Let's go. I think I had it out of the way and then turned it to spin me in. Deal with it. I'm still figuring out settings, and I still have a cat in the way. She's, you know, here. Let me show you the screen. That's what I mean to do. We're off to a great show here. Here we go. Here we go. Anyway, we got Phil right here from NGNG, and he's got the entire article. There's the cover article there. And you can read through it page by page behind him if you like, if nothing else, and hear what he has to say about it. Because, you know, his buddy Darren now works for NGN. Doesn't work for NGNG. They were NGNG when I originally met them at the launch party for MechWarrior Online and the NGNG Con, which followed the day after. Anyway, Darren now works for Pirahna and is part of the social media team for them. Anyway, regardless, this dropped before they wanted it to drop. Let's just say that. How and why it did, don't know. Anyway, he's got a great article here. He's got a great read through of it and discussion himself. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, I recommend it. Now, if you go to PC Magazine, all you have is this little teaser here that links you to the new teaser video, which we're about to watch together. It essentially teases their cover story, which they've already released to the internet, to everybody ahead of time. So we'll sit and we will watch this together here in just a second. But first, I'd kind of like to talk about kind of what I've said in the past, and then we'll loop back and we'll see how it goes. So in the past, when I was asked if I thought there would be a DLC, if, you know, DLC X, whatever the next DLC was coming out would be clans. I always said no. I felt that clans are too complicated to work into MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries as the game was set up. They really screw with balance. It's a game that you do generally need to be on the clan side to start with, because that's the only real way it makes sense, honestly, as a video game where you come in and the clans have a huge superiority and the game's easy. And as the inner sphere gets harder, the game gets harder, right? That's the play. Whereas if you come into it as inner sphere, you get stomped. I guess you could just get stomped over and over and over till you start winning, make it a roguelike maybe. Actually, that's not a bad idea. A roguelike where you're inner sphere, and as you die, you continually start to be able to build things up and take, you know, at some point, you know, you start to get their tech as you go through it. That wouldn't be bad, you know. Yeah, I'd buy that. Regardless, I think it makes more sense to start as a clan. Also, you know, a star 5 versus 4, not that couldn't be done with the base within the DLC. But I always thought it was more likely that it would be MechWarrior 6, not a DLC for MechWarrior 5. Now, as it turns out, I'm kind of right. It looks like MechWarrior 5 Clans is going to be its own game. They're not going to call it MechWarrior 6, but it is not a DLC. It is its own game, its own individual sound design and stuff like that. Where you're going to start out as a star, within a star, going through your training and through the initial invasion, much as we've said in the past. I'm assuming it's called MechWarrior 5 versus MechWarrior 6 because they're not really changing the engine. They're essentially taking the MechWarrior 5 engine and game broadly, and instead of getting $10 for you from a DLC, they're going to get $50 or $60 from you. I'm fine with that, to be fair. That's not a criticism. But I'm assuming it shows more that it's just the same engine rather than a full evolution. It's a new story within that engine. It's not a new engine, and as such, they're calling it MechWarrior 5. And maybe they'll change their mind before it comes out. Who knows? I'm guessing there's going to be some other issues too. I'm guessing there's going to be additional changes to the game, maybe just some of the way the mechanics work, or maybe even the way the AI works, things like that, that are larger changes than they would like to make within the MechWarrior 5 game as it is within Mercenaries, if they were to make it a DLC, because it would require so much reworking of the previous content, whereas it's probably easier just to ignore all of that and start with kind of a blank slate and do what you need to do. Those are my guesses. But all that said, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's go back to the display, and let's hit this. Okay, our Timberwolf. I think it's a Timberwolf. If I'm wrong, you guys will definitely let me know. By which I mean my catapult with arms, because that's all the clan stuff is. It's just a lot of catapults with arms. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing there. This is purely them trying to get out in front of this leak, which is I put them on the back foot. They're trying to get on the front foot. They're trying to get out in front of this now, use this to their advantage. I'm sure they're going to have to make some comments ahead of time. Now, Phil did say that he reached out to Pirahna and to Russ, and that Russ is open to doing an interview on NG&G about the upcoming game. So I would say watch NG&G for that. It will come up. Russ is generally a pretty good interview, in my opinion. It's been a little bit burned in the past by saying stuff, so he's a little bit more cautious maybe in videos and interviews than he used to be, but it's a pretty good interview, so we'll see. As they kind of figure out how they want to spin this and get ahead of it, I know Russ doesn't like guessing on dates and, oh, this is going to definitely be there and it's going to be there at this point, and he really, really has learned his lessons on some of that, and so I'm sure they were trying to wait till the last possible second to start making teasers and trailers and comments about this, where things were a lot closer to release and ready, where there wasn't any pressure on them to rush something out the door to hit an arbitrary due date that was made too early. I'm assuming that's the vast majority of why we haven't heard anything from it. But we did get some hints from Darren earlier that we wanted to keep the MechWarrior 5 team working on MechWarrior 5 as opposed to being taken off to work on other projects. He hinted strongly that he thought Phil specifically would prefer the MechWarrior team continue to work on MechWarrior 5 without really ever giving any more hints about what was going on. And the thought was we were going to get more DLCs. It turns out we're just getting another game called MechWarrior 5. Maybe we'll get a DLC for the other, but I'm assuming if Clans is out, we're all in on Clans at this point, but we'll find out, I suppose, when Russ gives an interview or we get some more information out of it. So, will we play it on the channel? Certainly. I played MechWarrior 5 from the very beginning of the early access, all the way through to recently. We haven't put up a video since the summer because I've been busy. I've been playing other things. Let's go ahead. Where is Epic? Maybe we can. It's not going to tell me how many hours we have total. It'll tell me how many hours we have in the final release of the game. It's just isn't going to tell me how many hours, additional hours I put into the beta. I haven't opened Epic in a little bit. I've been playing games on, I got Baldur's Gate on GOG, and I've got Starfield on Steam. Have I been playing anything? I don't think I've been playing anything on Epic recently. Not because I have a problem with Epic. I don't. Not even a little bit. I just haven't been playing a lot of games on it. Let's close all that quickly. Um, 982 hours and 28 minutes, and I probably have another 150, 200 hours into beta, I would guess. I'm guessing somewhere around 1,100 hours. That's I got my money's worth out of this one, okay? So we're definitely going to be playing clans. I'm not a clan guy, you know that. I'm not a dirty clanner. I'm very, oh, hold on, I didn't show you that. I keep forgetting. There we go. There it is. 982 hours. I'm not a dirty clanner, okay? I am Innersphere scum to my core. But we will play this. We will play this and we'll have a good time. Now, I will take exception to Phil saying that the Timberwolf was the most iconic Battletech mech of all time. And that is frankly ludicrous. I don't know how that came out of his mouth without his head exploding. It is the Atlas. It's the Atlas, period. It's the Atlas. That's all there is to it. It's this. It's the giant skull. It's not the really horrible, we kit bashed a catapult and glue some skinny arms off of a Marauder and said, oh my God, look how cool it is. No, it's the Atlas, the Timberwolf, the clan mechs in general are a hot mess of garbage, if you ask me, both in actual graphic design, but also in game design, which is why they make such terrible video games. We'll see. I'm optimistic because it's Pirahna, and they haven't let me down yet. I am pessimistic because it's the clans and they've never, ever worked properly, ever. To the point where even the original people that wrote the books and put out the content on the whole world rewipe as the clans come down, right, say they completely hosed it up and they would do it completely different if they had to do it again. Even they admit that the whole thing is a mistake. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We will see you guys next time. I think this video's gone long enough, considering it's just me rambling. But we do have the camera up and working again. I got that figured out, kind of. I'm going to have to play with its adjustment a little bit to get past the monitor. But it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, while we're thinking about it, and I'm talking about it, there's one more. We're not going to watch it right here, but there's one more big trailer you should go see after you watch, the 15 seconds of clan of weirdly armed catapults. Give me a second. New Cyberpunk 20. Why is it not moved? There we go.
You know I do.
And we'll leave that one there. Go check that one out. The trailer looks amazing. The graphics look spectacular. It's Idris Elba. It's going to be very good as well. I think that's all I got. We'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.